Welcome back. Let us continue with our tale. Chapter 10. The Castle Maze. The walls of the throne room shattered like glass, leaving the five friends standing in the middle of a twisting maze that stretched into darkness. High stone walls grew taller with every step they took, and flickering torches along the walls provided only brief glimpses of the paths ahead. "It's a trap," Ivy said, her voice steady but low. "She's not going to fight us head on. She's trying to confuse us." Mason tapped his staff against the floor, frustrated. "What else is new?" Ryder glanced at the compass in his hand, but the needle spun wildly. "Great, no easy way out." Suddenly, the sound of footsteps echoed through the maze, loud and deliberate, as if someone was following them. They whipped around, weapons raised, but no one was there. "Stay close," Tess urged, gripping her staff. "This place feeds on fear. If we split up, it'll only get worse." As they moved deeper into the labyrinth, the walls shifted behind them, erasing the path they had just taken. Every corridor looked identical, with strange symbols carved into the stone. Jace scanned the walls. "They're enchantments, designed to mislead us." The group wandered for what felt like hours, trapped in a looping nightmare. At every corner, shadows seemed to move in the periphery of their vision, whispering fragments of doubt and fear. Ivy stopped suddenly, narrowing her eyes. "Do you hear that?" she whispered. Faint voices drifted from the walls, twisted versions of their own, taunting them. "You'll never get out," the whispers sneered. "You're already lost." Ryder slammed his fist against the stone, frustration burning in his chest. "We're not giving up," he shouted. They rounded a corner and found themselves in a circular chamber. 5 doors stood before them, each glowing with a different color: red, blue, green, yellow, and white. "It's a puzzle," Tess said, her brow furrowed. "We have to go through them." "Alone?" Her voice was steady, but the thought of being separated again unsettled her. Ivy ran her hand along the green door, her fingers brushing the smooth stone. "Looks like we don't have a choice." Each of them entered their respective door, vanishing from sight. Inside, they faced illusions designed to break their spirit. Ryder saw himself as a failure, watching helplessly as his friends fell in battle. Ivy found herself standing at the edge of a cliff, forced to relive the moment she had lost someone dear to her. Mason was trapped in a room full of weapons he couldn't use, his strength useless. Tess was plunged into silence, forced to confront her deepest fear, that she was powerless to help the people she cared about. And Jace stood alone, surrounded by books, none of which contained a spell that could save his friends. The maze was relentless, each trial more personal than the last. But slowly, each of them found a way forward. Ryder remembered that leadership wasn't about never making mistakes. It was about learning from them. Ivy let go of her guilt, understanding that some losses were beyond her control. Mason realized that strength wasn't just about wielding weapons, it was about adaptability. Tess embraced the stillness, knowing that sometimes presence was more powerful than action. And Jace reminded himself that magic wasn't the answer to every problem. Sometimes the answer is trusting his friends. When they emerged from their doors, they found themselves back in the circular chamber. Their faces were weary but determined. "You made it," Tess whispered, her heart swelling with relief. One by one, they regrouped, knowing they were stronger for what they had endured. "We're ready," Jace said quietly, gripping his staff. "No more tricks, let's end this." The maze shifted once more, but this time the path ahead was clear. A long corridor that led directly to a towering door. Shadows writhed around its edges, and from the other side, they could hear the distant echo of Lady Spectre's laughter. "This is it," Ryder said. "No going back." Mason twirled his weapon. "We've come this far. Might as well finish the story." They pushed the door open, stepping into the heart of the castle. The air was heavy with magic, and Spectra stood waiting for them, her form flickering between beauty and monstrosity. "So you made it through the maze," she said, her voice smooth and cold. "But it doesn't matter. The end is already written. You'll never leave this book." Ryder raised his sword, the others flanking him. "Then we'll rewrite the story." With that, the final battle began. If you enjoyed so far, please leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel. The Chameleon will drop a new chapter every week, same time and same place. Goodbye for now, you little critters.